We're going? Yay. Popular proverb. For everything bad, mezcal. And to celebrate all good as well. Sip it, don't shoot it.
Was it really said for everything bad?
For everything bad, mezcal.
Nice.
And
Those are words to live by.
And to celebrate all good as well. I don't think you would ever use this to celebrate anything good.
I don't know.
Use this to punish your enemies.
I tasted it.
This belongs in Guantanamo Bay.
Speaking of Guantanamo Bay.
Speaking of.
Dude, guys, if you haven't watched Turning Point, so I just found out Turning Point is a series. It's a Netflix series. There's multiple of them.
Oh, about like...
Yeah, there's one about the Cold War.
Okay.
And then I'm watching the one about 9/11. And let me tell you, that is a whirlwind of emotion. And, you know, I try to watch whenever I watch like documentaries like that. I try to keep a level head because, you know, most documentaries end up having some sort of like slant.
Yeah. They have a sprinkle of a agenda in there.
Oh, hi, Josie.
Yeah,
if you're watching,
Josie's
Josie's
keeping
ass.
her butt up.
Yeah, keeping it up. So the beginning of it, I'm just gonna walk you through how I felt. Don't judge me or make any assumptions about my political stances based off of my emotions, okay? Because
Emotions about something that happened 23 years ago at that.
Also, I'm very
when we were just
middle of the road. Either way,
young ones.
The beginning, dude. I was like, they do the whole lead up to the attack, and then they show like Bush get on there, like basically saying like we're gonna fuck up whoever did this.
How could they do that to the best fucking country in the world?
Hey, dude, I swear to God, I was just like, that fucking right, you don't fuck with us. Like,
Yeah.
legitimate. I was like on the couch, like, I'll fuck you up. I don't give a shit. America. And now, it transitioned from, it's not just about like the bombing or the planes, the attack. It's about like the Patriot Act and Stellar Wind and getting involved in...
I don't even know what Stellar Wind is.
Stellar Wind is the mission, or like, what is the word? It's like the program that let the NSA spy on everybody.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah. And then it's talking about like Afghanistan and us like choosing, like Obama like being like, okay, we're going to pull out of Afghanistan in 180 days or whatever he said. It's like, dude, we're moving out. We're leaving on this date, and trying to pump all the money into the Afghan government. And the Afghan government, right, we're pumping all this money into it. And they were talking about the amount of wasted money there was. And they said, some dude that they were interviewing said that it was a couple, it's billions of dollars that we were sending over there. And then...
Sound familiar, ladies and gentlemen?
And then they... and then in Afghanistan, after a lot of these programs were seeming that like they were failing, they went back and they're like, okay, let's take a look and figure out where this money is actually going. And they found definitively from what they looked at, 30% of what we sent into Afghanistan was either lost, wasted, or used for fraud. 30%.
Used for fraud.
Yeah. Anyway.
All right. So
I'm just saying that this 9/11
Bill Clinton got a fucking new house.
I'm just saying that this 9/11 documentary is really fucking good. Totally worth the watch. Definitely. I'm gonna watch the one on the Cold War too.
I didn't watch. I watched one episode with you guys, and it was the first or second episode after the attack happens, when they're like, when everybody in America's like, let's go fucking kill everybody that we can find that is responsible, and they're talking about giving George Bush like essentially unrestricted power to fucking just take Afghanistan from the Taliban, essentially. And there was that one senator who, out of everybody, is like probably one of the only people that spoke out against it because they're like, this is too vague. We can't just be like, George Bush, go ahead. We need to like set some ground rules.
Essentially, the thing that they were trying to put in place was like, the verbiage was like, the president can, invade anywhere that is possibly linked with terrorism. And the one guy was like, yo, that could be used to just be like, we think anywhere. It
was the first time America was ever going to declare war on an entity that was not a nation. So they needed to come up with a new way to get Congress's approval because they weren't declaring war on Afghanistan. They were.
I don't want to just explain the documentary.
Anyway, but it was interesting. Something I said to you when we were sitting right over there on the couch. It's like Democrats were like, we're fucking coming for you. And then Republicans were like, we are definitely fucking coming for you. And it was like, Jesus Christ, dude. Has there ever been a time other than 9/11 where everybody was saying the same exact thing verbatim like that?
At one point in the doc, they have this like really quick mention about like America coming to a boiling point, and they were talking about how, I think it was in the 90s, they're like, that was like the birth of the real polarization between Democrats and Republicans. And that was like, I'm paraphrasing, but they kind of made it a point like that's when it really got bad. And obviously it's worse than ever today. Like we're so unbelievably divided. So I'm wondering if like we know that as young lads, we're like, our entire concept of America is Republican, Democrat. These are the these are the things you like. These are the things you don't like. Like very cut and dry, that, very, very polarized view on our political system. But maybe that's not how it's always been. I don't know. Maybe we should talk to some old people.
Maybe we should.
Yeah.
But the problem is that it's not poisoning. It's poisoning everybody. Like, old people have become polarized when they didn't used to be. It's like, we can't just talk to old people.
No, I mean,
because they're on Facebook.
No, I'm talking about like old people like, hey, what was it like in the 80s?
Yeah.
Or what was it like in the 70s? Like, no, there was definitely polarization.
There always has been. It comes in different shapes and sizes.
I want to know how different.
We're creatures of habit. We just have new ways of doing it. Now everybody can just type 1 million paragraphs a day and send it to every single person in the world at once. And if it gets picked up and turned into a viral thing, some people trust that as legitimate when they shouldn't. And it seems like things are more polarized than ever, but the way we communicate it is just different.
I was going to say, I'm always interested to see about like, it's very difficult to address political climate because political climate rides on the back of culture's view on things.
Yeah.
So, and culture's view on things in the past was heavily dictated by the mainstream media. And now it's not as much because there's third-party media that has the ability to get huge platforms.
You're right. However, who's to say that the algorithms that are on all of these platforms are not manipulating us in ways that we can't understand?
This is the problem, guys. Here we go. I'm about to make the point here. I've thought this for very long.
David and I are just trying to get assassinated. That's all we want. We're just sick of it.
No. I'm going to say something. And this is directed towards... listen, I love you Gen Xers. You fucking idiots.
Your dad Gen X, technically?
Yeah. My dad. He's probably watching. Dad, listen.
You're great.
You're great. But you guys got to understand something. When you're on Facebook, I know it's cliche, but you think it's all real. And it's not your fault. It's not your fault. Because you guys...
You were told that it was supposed to all be real.
You grew up just trusting the news. Because the news was all there was. Fucking... I don't know, news anchor guy comes on and
Walter
he said,
Cronkite. He's out there doing the most.
Who the fuck is that?
Iconic journalist from
Who's
back
that?
in the day.
Who's that dude who had the bow tie and the big mustache?
I don't know. It could be Walter Cronkite, to be honest. I don't think so.
Can you look up? Anyway, listen, guys. So you grew up. These fucking people grew up just having the news tell them the news. Whether it was true or not, that's all you got. You just got the fucking news, and that's what you trusted because you're like, you're saying this. This is what it is. And I understand that. But the defining characteristic of our generation, I do believe, is skepticism. I believe it's skepticism, and I believe it's very damaging. I think we're going to be in a tough spot because of it. I personally hear any news story and go, wow. It's like Schrodinger's cat. It's like it is both as false and as true as you can imagine it to be. Like, it's very...
And there's no answer in sight ever.
Correct.
You just have to internalize both sides and try to imagine what both answers could possibly be and then come to terms with it yourself.
Exactly. Schrodinger's cat.
Yeah.
The cat can be thought of as alive and dead.
Hey, Josie.
I'm sorry, my dog's...
You don't deserve any of this.
Wait.
She's a cutie. Oh,
I don't like to talk about politics
we can
all that
move
much.
on.
So here's a video of my dog.
Yeah, Turning Point on Netflix. Everybody take a fucking good watch.
Take it. But you know what's fucking creepy on that shit? Right after 9/11, all of Congress got together in like the Capitol building, and they sang "America the Beautiful."
The Congress did?
Yeah.
Like what? September 11th, like in the afternoon, September 12th, like
yeah, like 12th or 13th or something. They like all got together and they're like,
is it any good? I forgot the words.
Yeah, they sang it. Do you think it's like a rule that you have to know? What's the best like America hymn? America the Beautiful, Amazing Grace,
Grand Old Flag.
Grand Old Flag. What a banger.
What else is there? The Star Spangled Banner, obviously.
Star Spangled Banner. What is it? It's a grand old flag. It's a high flying flag. And then it's through the mountains, through the prairies. God bless America.
God bless America's hard. I think God bless America.
I think it was God bless America maybe that they sang. I don't know. Whatever. They were singing some song.
Forests.
Waters. Hey, did you go to church as a kid, like, at all?
No.
Never?
Nope.
Not even on Christmas?
I went, I think, on one Easter service at the funeral, at the church where my dad's funeral was at because he played in the band there. And that's the only time I can remember going.
I was going to ask what your favorite church hymn was.
I literally don't know one.
Lamb of God, you take away the sins of the world.
I know. Yeah, I know one prayer, and it's the Serenity Prayer.
Oh, what the fuck is a Serenity Prayer?
That's what they say in AA.
What is it?
God grant me the serenity to...
Great job, Karl. You're killing it. You really know this fucking prayer.
Accept the things I cannot change, the strength to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. That's the Serenity Prayer.
Rock on.
Yeah.
I fuck with it.
I had a friend once who didn't know that that's what they said at the beginning and end of AA meetings, and he got it tattooed across his fucking forearm. Excuse me, Josie. Telling a story. He got it tattooed across his forearm. Didn't know that it was like the AA thing.
Who was it?
I'm not going to say his name.
Bleep
That's
it. We'll bleep it.
embarrassing.
Just bleep it.
It was he's like He was there.
Oh, him.
Yeah. Okay.
Yo.
Anyway.
Did you see it? You're like, are you in AA?
Oh, yeah. I was like, oh, are you sober? And he's like, no, I'm not fucking sober. And I'm also not an alcoholic. I didn't know that that's what this would mean when I got it tattooed across my fucking arm. And yeah, he's like, yeah, imagine what it's like for me to go to a bar and watch an Eagles game. And I order a fucking beer and somebody sees that on my arm. They're like, everybody thinks I'm falling off the fucking wagon.
Yo,
It's crazy.
let's talk about bad tattoos. We both got a couple.
No, we don't. We have sick tattoos.
I
We're
have-
cool.
What's your least favorite tattoo that you have?
The fern on the inside of my arm.
Why don't you like it?
It's just too big. I wish I could have filled that space up with more interesting things. Maybe I don't know, but it's not bad.
Was that your first? No, that's your second.
It's my second.
My least favorite is also on my inner arm. It's this pineapple. Not because I don't like the idea of a pineapple. It's just not a well done pineapple. I just went to like
just
some.
too ripe, and it got flat on the bottom because it's soft.
No, it's just like I just went to some like just random artist. I didn't pick the artist. I was just like, hey, just give me a pineapple tattoo, and it's like a really detailed whatever. It's just not the best. Also, I realized that like where it is on my arm, like it changes shape so much.
It's okay.
It's just a little.
I like when tattoos do that.
Do you?
It's nice. Yeah.
It's like that episode of SpongeBob when he makes his like his seahorse wiggle or whatever.
Well, there's definitely a way that artists should have the skill to like guide you in the placement of things. Where it's
this
like,
artist
hey, this should probably do that. But also, if the artist said to you that day, I don't think it should go there. I think it should go here. Or I think we should turn it 90 degrees or whatever. Would you have listened, or would you have said, no, I want this?
Yeah, probably.
Here.
Well,
you would have listened.
Yeah, I think so. Because I was like, I kind of want it here, and she's like, well. Like we can kind of put it here, and I was like, I don't know. What do you think? She goes, are you gonna get more tattoos? And I go, yeah. And she's like, okay, we'll put it here. So she did have a hand in the decision making.
Oh.
Josie, stop. What? Relax. Come here.
Um,
What's your favorite tattoo that you have?
either the rabbit on my stomach.
Show them.
They've seen it. I was in a diaper like 3 weeks ago.
Oh yeah.
Sorry, I gotta stretch my extra skin out for y'all. There it is.
How about the skateboard sticker of the pineapple? You like that one?
Yeah, I do.
Oh, all right. Do you have any regrets? Is it like I know you said your fern is your least favorite?
If I had gotten another plant on my arm, I would have regretted that.
yeah.
I think having the flower, the fern, and the oak leaf on my forearm, if I had gotten a fourth thing, I would have been put into the nature box and I wouldn't have been able to get outside of it.
Josie,
I'm glad
please
I did not.
Stop licking me. I think my least favorite is the thing. My new favorite. I mean, it's my newest one. But this frog, I fucking love this frog.
Yeah, it's sick.
It's so cool. It's like a frog with a hat, and he's smoking a pipe. Yeah. Although I found out that, like, after I wanted the tattoo, it's like I think it's like a Japanese, like, smoking frog. That's like a thing.
Mm.
Yeah. You ever worry about that? Like, getting something tattooed, and you're like, I don't want to, like, you know, you got to do a little research with whatever you're going to get tattooed. Because, like, I didn't know that a pineapple was the sign of a swinger when I got this pineapple tattoo.
Yeah.
And then I got it, and
it's
everyone was like, oh, you're a
apparently-
swinger? And I was like,
So
no.
it's upside down pineapples specifically,
Oh.
apparently. And I think that's really funny because do you remember where Tyler's pineapple is on his body? It's on his thumb. And it's like it's upright if he holds his hand like that. Like if he's looking at his hand like this, it's upright. But
I don't think that's true.
if he has his hand,
I think the leaves go up his forearm.
do they?
I think so.
Oh. Well, still.
Either way.
Never mind then.
So I'm a swinger like this.
Yeah.
I'm not a monogamous like
Yeah.
that. Would you ever do like think about that kind of shit when you do tattoos because you accidentally like getting something fucked up and you're like, holy shit, I didn't know.
No, because Stacy's really fucking on that shit, to be honest. Like she's refused certain tattoos from people and things like that.
Man,
and I never
rock on.
I'm not too concerned about it. Plus, I'm in like an age of getting like American traditional fucking shit. Like I'm going to get the mermaids on my chest eventually and the leopard on my leg and like all that is done by like millions of people. So
The same way you were like, I don't want to get too many nature things. I want so much. Like, I want this monkey tattoo so fucking bad. It's like a monkey wearing like a backpack, and it's like a monkey like on a hike, and it's so cool. And I want it so bad, but it's like so similar to the frog with the hat.
you have a frog and a bird on your arm already.
Yeah, so I don't.
You get a monkey.
I think I'm gonna get a monkey on my calf, like the side of my calf.
Tattoos are so fun, dude.
Yeah, I like them. But you know what sucks? Nothing.
What?
I guess it doesn't suck, dude. Tattoos used to be like
Badass.
if you had a tattoo.
Yeah.
Now, literally everyone has tattoos.
Yeah, but
It's
now,
weird. It's weird when you find out someone doesn't have any tattoos.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
Yeah.
well, I'm like, oh, you have any tattoos? You always expect someone, like, yeah, like I got this little thing, whatever. Everyone's got like some little Jonathan just like tucked away somewhere that they got in college, or a stick and poke or something like that. And now it's weird. You're like, no, I have no tattoos.
I'd really like to look like
You look good with a neck tattoo.
that'll probably happen someday, to be honest.
Would you go like here? You know when people get like the shit like on the front, like
I
near
don't
the
know
atom?
if I'd cover my whole neck, but we'll see how my life turns out.
Bro, I could not imagine. Wait, go like this. You don't have that big of an Adam's apple.
No, I don't. It's
Dude,
because I'm truly quite feminine.
Look at my Adam's apple. Could you imagine? It's like busting out. Could you imagine getting your Adam's apple tattooed?
That would hurt.
That would hurt like a
Yeah.
motherfucker.
I'd like to look like complete before I'm 30. You know what I mean?
Don't you want to feel complete before you're 30?
Fuck yeah, dude. God. Wouldn't that be nice? Something will be complete by the time I'm 30. It's either my body with tattoos or my life in general. Whichever one it is, I guess I'll be
30
happy with
huh?
it. Yeah, like I don't have any tattoos on my chest, but I have a bunch on my stomach. It's weird. I have like kind of a sleeve going, but my shoulder's bare. That's weird. Like I want to have like what would be full
Like a
things
Yeah.
by the time I'm 30. It's expensive for me to get a bunch of tattoos right now, but like, you know, fill up my leg a little bit more, get my chest done, finish the sleeve.
Where do you think your desire to get tattoos came from?
I don't know. My first tattoo I got because my mom suggested I get one from Stacy.
Oh, because it's your cousin.
Yeah. And she was doing an apprenticeship. And
Yeah.
It was pretty early. And she was like, if you want to go get a tattoo, I think it would be cool if you got one from Stacy. And I was like, fucking okay. Sick. And then, I don't know. Just fucking wanted to have them. AJ looked fucking sick.
It was okay. So like now everybody has tattoos. I do stick by that point. But our one friend AJ, he's been on the podcast. In high school, he had tattoos, and man, was he you saw the kid walking down the hallways with a bunch of tattoos, like multiple like forearm tattoos. And you're like, whoa, that guy's crazy.
He had finished his sleeve on one of his arms, like probably only a year after we graduated high school. His left arm was like completely full.
Yeah.
Now it's like both his arms are full. He's got a bunch on his legs. His chest has got like a few weird ones here and there. It's mostly still just his arms, but you know, tattoos are sick.
Yeah. No piercings for you?
The only time I'll get piercings is if I get the exact same piercings that you have,
Get
just
'em.
to spite you.
Get them.
No, you want me to? Never
Yeah.
mind, I won't get them. I was only going to get them if you didn't want me to.
I did say that because I wanted to get my ears pierced, and I got them pierced. Maybe last year, 2 years ago, or something like that. But I got them pierced, and like right as I was talking about getting them pierced, Karl was like, "I'm gonna get them pierced. I'm gonna get my ears pierced." I just didn't want you to do it first because I didn't want people to think I was copying you. Yeah,
Fair. Yeah.
because there's a lot of things that you do like fashion wise that I eventually come around to, like Birkenstocks. Like I used to make fun of Karl for wearing Birkenstocks. And then one day I got a pair of Birkenstocks and I was like, these are really nice. And so
A mustache.
You know, the mustache. I really hate that I'm gonna be wearing it bothers me the most right here. It doesn't bother me on my day to day because I don't see myself all the time. But I'm looking at this monitor and I'm seeing the both of us sitting here with our legs crossed. We look so symmetrical. We both have mustaches.
We're just two peas in a pod, David.
I don't like it.
It's okay.
You want to wrap this up? You want to do a nice shorty episode today?
Yeah, I mean, I don't have much else to say. I have a song to suggest.
Mine's the Grand Old Flag. No. What was it? What did we say?
God Bless America.
God Bless America. That's my music suggestion.
Mine is called My Golden Years by the Lemon Twigs. What a fucking phenomenal vibe. These guys, like, you would think that they existed with the Beach Boys and just fucking Woodstock era music in general. Fucking super 60s pop vocal harmonies, just such a fun vibe. Oh, sounds like sunshine. Give it a listen. I was pleasantly surprised by it because I've been listening to a lot of like fucking Idols-esque angry punk music and post-punk stuff. And then this came on the other day and I was like, this is so fucking nice. Very beautiful. Give it a listen.
Hell yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, thanks for listening.
Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you tell your... Actually, you don't subscribe. Just tell one friend.
Please.
Let's just do that. Don't subscribe. Don't have to. If you already subscribed, don't unsubscribe. But don't subscribe this week. Just tell a friend about the pod.
And if you're new, thanks for listening.
And we will see you next week.
Next week, we got a fun little fucking thing planned. So
If we even fucking remember to do it.
we'll do it.
We will?
Yeah, we'll do it.
Okay.
Next week's going to be a fun one.
We're going to dive into each other's psyches.
Yeah. Anyway, everybody.
Goodbye, everybody.
Yes, quite.